Happy blissful day, everybody, and welcome to our channel. My name is Gabriel, and this is my wifey Kylie. And in today's video, we'd like to share with you guys how to manifest a blissful life and a blissful relationship as well. And we're actually excited to share this with you guys because this video actually came to us yesterday, and we're like, okay, cool. It's time to share another one today. So before we get into it, I just want to share with you guys that bliss wasn't always, like a state that, I grew up with. And as a matter of fact, I never knew what bliss was until I met my wonderful mentor, Kendisi. And then I kind of, just explored more in this bliss. What is this bliss? Looked at the dictionary. So it's perfect happiness and joy. And I was like, okay, that's awesome, man. Who would not want to be, perfectly happy, right? And so, because previously in my old life, I was always living outside of myself. In other words, I always had to do something to keep me busy. Whether that's listening to audiobooks, to watching YouTube videos, going out with friends, socializing, having a good time. I always had to do something to keep busy. I could never just sit still and press pause and appreciate, like maybe nature or looking at a bird, or just go inside of myself and just expressing my gratitude for what I have, now. I was always busy, and my mind was always just so busy. And as a result, obviously, I missed out on, the good stuff within me. For example, bliss, love, happiness, joy, all the amazing things within me, because I always seeked those things outside of myself. So it was a long, unpleasant journey that was one of frustration, anxiety. Oh man, don't even let me start on the anxiety, depression as well, anxiety, depression. And because I always just look for the things that supposedly was supposed to make me happy outside of myself, right? And it was very frustrating. And I'm just glad that I'm now in this position to actually share, with not only my friends, my family, but to you guys as well, that it's actually not outside of yourself. Everything that you need is inside of yourself. Everything, whether that's happiness, health, wealth, bliss, perfect partner, perfect relationship, a blissful relationship, blissful partner, all of that is inside, of yourself. And I'm just glad that I came to this realization, and now I get to enjoy this bliss endlessly with my beautiful wifey. Every day we get to enjoy, endless bliss, because we know that it's not outside of ourselves, it's inside of ourselves. So my wife is only adding to my bliss, and I'm adding to her bliss, right? I cannot make her blissful. She's already blissful. She can't make me blissful. I'm already blissful. We're only adding to each other's bliss. That's why it's just like a movie. It's like teenagers in endless, love. It's just so beautiful. It's just so amazing. I mean, we don't have to plan stuff. That stuff just comes to us, and then we're like, oh yeah, wouldn't it be nice to do this, baby? And she suggests, I suggest. It's just beautiful, right? Just like a movie, right? Okay, so, and it was very important just to share with you guys that it wasn't always, like this, for me, until I obviously just, decided, you know what? I had enough. I'm going to basically do it right. And the right way is to go inside. Okay. And then so now I'm going to share with you guys how to obviously manifest a blissful life and also a blissful partner. But before we do that, I'm just going to have my wifey, share her, experience as well, like, because it also wasn't always blissful, for you as well, right? And yeah, so do you share, my lovey?
Sure. Yeah, as I mentioned, I think in previous video that I didn't know what manifestation was or anything like that before I met Gabriel. But I was studying the Bible, working as a missionary, and so I was aware of, like prayer and miracles and all of that. And I remember it was during the first stages of lockdown, and me and my housemates, we all decided to make a list of things that we want, things that we're praying for. And we all put down different things. And I remember my top one was health. I was like, my digestion was quite off at the time, but I revised it that I've always been healthy. But for the sake of explanation, my health. And one of my housemates put down, oh, she wants to meet her husband. She wants a husband. And I thought, it's lockdown, there's no way. But okay, I guess maybe I want that too, I don't know. But I also just wanted to add, like, I never really thought you could find that perfect person. I didn't think that existed, that you have your ideal and then you get as close to it as possible and then you take that one. You have to settle to the closest to what your ideal is.
Basically settling for less.
Exactly.
That's not what you want, but you still settle for less because you think that there's nothing else out there, and as a result you're limiting yourself.
Yeah, exactly. And so that's what I did in the past. I'd meet someone, say, okay, they're kind of what I would want in a partner, my ideal partner. Let's see if this works. And obviously it doesn't. Obviously, because you're settling, you're not happy. But it's kind of going against, we have a strange thing in our culture, especially as girls. You have like the Prince Charming, all the movies, they meet the perfect man and everything's great. But then they also tell you, well, no, you can't find perfection. You can't find your dream partner. That doesn't exist. Like, you're reaching too high. Your goals are too big. But I said, no, if it can happen in the movies, I believe it can happen in real life. And so I had this tension in myself of, okay, do I settle? Maybe this is it. I don't know. And as we mentioned in a previous video where Gabriel was manifesting me, and once I met him, when we met, I thought, wow, this is everything that I wanted, plus more fun, plus more love, plus more romance, plus more of everything. And it's because we both reached a point in our separate journeys of being blissful as we are, of being love, as being joy, as being bliss, as being happiness on our own. So that, when we are together, once we finally met, it's like, wow, this person just adds to bliss. This person just adds to love, adds to everything. And it's such a beautiful thing. So I think there is such thing as finding the perfect person. It's worth it to write down what it is you want in a person, what it is, and not to settle. We don't need to settle, and there's no such thing as age. You're not too old, so you have to settle. Now you're getting into your 30s, you're gonna have to settle. No, that's not real. We never have to settle. There is such thing as endless bliss. There is such thing as true love. There is such thing as, finding that perfect person for you. They do exist. And maybe it'll take patience on your part, or maybe it'll become very quick, but it does exist.
Yeah. No, 100% it does exist. And how do we know it does exist? Is, so for example, if you want to manifest a blissful life, right, and a blissful relationship, all you need to do right now is just to take a moment and imagine that you are having a blissful life and a blissful relationship right now. If you can see that in your imagination, then it is real, right? Because you are your imagination. That's your real self, as you guys obviously heard from Neville Goddard as well. Your real self is your imagination. So what you've experienced yesterday was only a projection of your imagination. So in other words, your outer world is simply just a reflection of your inner world. So if you accept in your inner world that you are now living a blissful life and you are enjoying a blissful relationship, your outer world has to show you evidences of that, whether you like it or not, because that's a law, right? So which brings me now into the steps of manifesting a blissful life and a relationship. Number one, you have to be very clear that that's actually what you want to manifest. So for example, okay, I choose to manifest a blissful life and a blissful relationship, with my partner. Once you've got that clarity, right? And then now you have to believe, that you already enjoying a blissful life and a relationship, even though you don't see it with your eyes. Remember, in order for you to see anything through your eyes in your outer reality, you first have to see it inside your inner world, and you have to experience it inside, and you have to enjoy it inside, and then it will show on the outside, right? So, and that is so a wonderful, amazing promise, because what that means is you don't have to go outside in the outer world and try to find their perfect person. Or if you're currently in a relationship, you don't even have to try to change your partner. All you do is just change yourself inside. You just change yourself inside, and you just express your gratitude that you are now enjoying a blissful relationship with your blissful partner. And your partner will then show you evidences of what you have accepted, within. And then afterwards, you then want to live from that place. You want to live from that place. What do I mean by that? When you've accepted that you are now living a blissful life and a blissful relationship, you want to ask yourself, okay, now that I'm living a blissful life and a blissful relationship, what do other people say? What does my partner normally say? What does my friends, say? What does my colleagues, say? How does people respond to me on social media, whether it's Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp? You basically want to live from that place. So if you in a blissful relationship, people will probably congratulate you to say, wow, man, I just love how you guys just fit like hand in glove together. I just love how you always, in the moment, I just love how you always just enjoying, each other's, company. I just love how whenever I look at you guys, you like teenagers in love, and you're just having so much fun. And you could see it's just so authentic. It's just so real. You can't fake it because you guys are just being, right? You're living from that place now. You're living from that place. And by you actually doing that, you're basically going to feel a certain way. And that feeling is the secret, because that's what you will carry with you on a daily basis. And as I said, your world, your outer world, your reality will then show you evidences of what you've accepted, within. And I know you're probably thinking, well, it's easier said than done. It sounds so simple. It really is, that simple. It really is that simple. The challenging part is to actually live from that, place, because you can accept it now and still basically, react to your old ways, or, or live how you lived yesterday, right? And I do understand that's, it is, a bit challenging. I've been there as well, I know, right? So, but the promise and the reassurance that I can give you is, if you do, live from a place of being blissful right now, being in a blissful relationship, it will show up in your reality, which we called a manifestation. All right? Is there anything you'd like to share, baby?
Yeah, I was just going to share about my former housemate who said she wanted a husband, and I really admired her so much. She was, okay, I'll say ballpark about 50 years old, and but she was so content with, she was very happy, very blissful, always, wanting to take care of others, always just, she was just such a big ball of light. And so she wasn't like seeking a husband to fulfill something. She wanted to share that with somebody. She was like, oh, I'd love to share this with my husband. She'd always say that. And so she also didn't know what manifestation was, but she lived from that state of, oh, like, I can just imagine like cooking for my husband or baking these for my husband. Oh, if my husband was here, oh, we would do this and that. And so she was using her imagination to picture this life she has with her husband. And it was so beautiful. And she got married during lockdown. She met the man of her dreams.
Wow.
Everything got sorted. And so again, one, there's no such thing as age. You don't need to settle because you're this or that age. You don't need to settle for any reason because your perfect person is there. And it's, like you said, it's so easy, but it's just consistency to live from the end, to live in that state of, okay, I am married. What is it like now? Now that I'm married, what is it like to cook for my husband? What is it like to cook for my wife? What is it like to have a dinner with my husband or my wife or my partner? And yeah, it's such a beautiful thing because it does work, and it's fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
It's
Yeah,
fun.
it's so much fun. I mean, we're having so much fun, with it, every day. It's just so amazing. We already know whatever we want. It's like whatever we do, all we do is just go inside and we accept that we've always been amazing at whatever that is. Like, for example, we did archery. And before we actually did archery, I reminded my wife, I said, listen here, remember, we always been professionals at archery, and we've always been amazing at it. We've always been, since we were kids. And we accepted the reality of that. And then you know what the guy said, the instructor. So he said, when you guys walked up here, it seemed like you knew exactly what you were doing. You were like professionals at this. I may not obviously say it in his directly paraphrase it. I'm paraphrasing it, but that's what he was saying. It's like I was like, and then you know what we told him? We were like, this is our first time shooting. This is our first time shooting. You couldn't believe it, man. You couldn't believe it. He's like, what? This is your first time? And here's the thing. Here's the punchline, man. We both shot bullseyes. First time doing archery. It's just so amazing. Both bullseyes. That was so awesome, right? And that's what we do with everything. Even with me skiing as well. I've never skied before. And the first time I was like, attempting, and I'm spinning, and my baby's recording, and she's laughing. I'm like, what? I'm spinning. Oh my God, my balance, it's all off and stuff like that. And then obviously my baby was there to support me, as she always does. And then it hit me. I'm like, oh, no, I have to go inside. And then all I did was just imagine that I've always been a professional skier. And then all of a sudden afterwards, I was like, okay, cool, getting my balance right. I was having fun, and now I could like turn and stuff like that. And now it's like being the third time, baby. And now, how would you now say? What would you say? How like about my skiing?
You're very good.
Yeah.
You're as good as me, and I've been skiing much longer.
So the point is that whatever it is you want and desire, it's already within you. All you need to do is just accept it and believe that it is a reality now, and to live from that state. And then boom, it will show up in your reality. It always does. It's a beautiful thing, And really, obviously, I know there are obviously few people that are listening to us and they say, but you know what, Gabriel and Kylie, we actually need help. We need help to manifest a blissful life and a blissful relationship, or one or the other. And that's why we're here. We are basically helping our clients. We are taking their hands, we're holding their hands, we're showing them what to do and how to do it. And we're also keeping them accountable as well, because accountability is a success
insurance policy.
Success insurance policy. Thank you, baby. It keeps you from drifting, you know, because you can watch this video now and you're like pumped up. You're like, yeah, I'm gonna live from the end and live from, and then tomorrow comes and you go back to your old ways, right? But when you work with us, we keep you accountable and we remind you that you are now, you know, living a blissful way. We remind you that you've always been, you know, a blissful relationship, you know, and it's that accountability. And it's so much fun because, you know, we celebrate with you. You know, if you need anything, we're there. You know, we give you ongoing, you know, support. And the most importantly, we're having fun in the inner world, because you know what? The party, you know where the party's at? You know where the party's at?
Where's the party at?
Inside. Inside is where the party's at, man. Yeah, baby.
Yes.
It's such a beautiful thing. Just to now, you know what? We chill. We always make time just to chill inside. You know, we just feel that bliss, you know, that endless bliss, and you know, everything we want, whatever it is. It's so beautiful, man, just to, you know, have this experience and to be able to share this with you guys. You know what I mean? It's just so beautiful. And anything else you'd like to share, baby?
That's everything.
That's everything. Awesome stuff. So thank you so much for watching, guys. And if you do like this content, if you could, you know, give us a like, because when you do like this video, YouTube will share it to more people. And if you haven't already, you know, do subscribe, because we're going to share more content on this video, because we just love doing this. It's absolutely
Gorgelicious.
delicious. We'll catch you on the next video. Enjoy your blissful day. Keep smiling, and congrats on your blissful life and your blissful relationship. Baby.